We are heading for succession, Miyetti Ällãh says. Miyetti Ällãh Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Magban, has called for the immediate vacation of Fulanis from southern states following the governor's decision to ban open grazing. Okay, bit too extra. 17 governors in the southern part of the country had, in a communique at the end of a meeting in Asaba, banned open grazing and nomadic pastoralism across the south. The meeting held regardless of their political, ethnic, and religious differences, and the focal points were insecurity occasioned by Fulani herdsmen attacks, banditry, and succession amongst issues. Okay. To be honest, it's a bit extra. It's a ban on open grazing, not a ban on the whole northern people as a whole. It's a bit too dramatic and extra. So again, I think it's just an extreme form of protest. It's a ban on open grazing. Like, do you not think that northern people have businesses and lives that they've built in the south? Like, why is that? Why is it such a thing of offense? Open grazing is archaic. It's obsolete. Like, come on, you can't. For the fact we have to have conversations about why open grazing is a thing, it just shows how underdeveloped we are in our thinking, to be honest. The nation has witnessed escalated attacks by Fulani herdsmen across the country that have not only caused loss of lives and properties, but has also heightened threats to food security and national unity, with secessionist groups hinging their call on Fulani oppression. However, the Bauchi State chapter of Magban faulted governor's decision to open grazing, asking Fulani people to leave the south. All right. Well, this is a simple calculation. We are heading for succession. The rulers are no longer interested in the people. If some people are banned from open grazing, there is nothing more. Fulani people should move out from there. It is very simple. Guardian quoted Magban chairman Sadiq Ibrahim Ahmed as saying, Mr. Ahmed described the Fulani people as peace lovers, alleging that inhumane activities such as kidnapping, robbery, and banditry began in the southern part of the country. Must we transport the cattle there? He queried, stating that, I have said it before, we have an option of breeding our cattle here in the north. We are peace lovers. Let them come and buy from us. It's some people's fault. Criminality started in the south, armed robbery, kidnapping, and all started in the south. We have been watching this on television, and if these are being transited to the north, the chairman said, lashing out at federal government for failing to protect the constitution. The southern governors can do that. There is no problem. Let them do what they want. If the northern governors feel like they can also do it too, ban open grazing. Mr. Ahmed further described President Buhari as a figurehead, asking him to resign and be replaced with a leader. He said the president is there as a figurehead. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's controlling, or he's not controlling anybody. In our country now, everyone does what he feels like. The country is moving apart where there is central government. If some governors can meet and take decisions that are against constitution. What? So we're saying open grazing is against the constitution? It's a bit dramatic, very honest. It's literally not even needed at all. Like, it is so dramatic. Like, why? It's literally... See, it's the extent. You're making it seem like as if, okay, fine, you understand there is division, we can't lie, there's tribalism, absolutely. We can't pretend as if these issues do not exist. But it's a ban on open grazing. And of course, you can't really control what people do. Of course, people should not then make stereotypical attacks on, or based on what have happened, they now generalize that all Fulani people are herdsmen, and then you start attacking them unjustly. That, of course, is not okay. And I guess that's where they're coming from. I think that my personal opinion, the way they're tackling this issue is more of a personal standpoint, rather the way the governors are tackling this issue is like from a national collective point, you know. It's not hate towards, I mean, it's the gaslighting for me. It is the country or the region that has been through the most in the hands of the Nigerian government that is now made to feel as though they are now oppressors or something. It's very much manipulative, like, oh, they can do what they like. is it constitutional for you to practice Sharia law in a country that is democratic? I mean, of course, the federal republic is federal. It's a federal state. Of course, there are different layers and all that. However, it's like, how come religion is now superseding, laws? So again, no one argues against that. Obviously, we argue against it, but it's not like as if the Nigerian government is against. The fact is that there's so many things that the North has done that are not constitutional that they've also gotten away with. Why is it that this one? And then again, it's just like, it's how you think you're the center stage. I mean, they're doing what is best for the South. They did not say open grazing is not normal. Okay, open grazing is normal in your own land. If you can afford it, you buy your own land in the South, transport your cows there. If it's a huge land, then they're open grazing. You can't just take people to other people's farmland, or take cows and cross them over, on roads where there are traffic lights. Does that make sense? And for the fact that you're making it seem like as if, there's this sort of attack against Northerners in general. It's just like, we're talking from a political standpoint, not a social standpoint. From a social standpoint, I can understand how you might feel pressure, in terms of the attacks or unjust attacks against, basically tribalistic attacks, basically. So again, it's just like, it's not necessarily a ban on Fulanis in general. I mean, at the end of the day, maybe some views of, let's say, Fulani oppression, jihadism, all that kind of thing, maybe that is sort of making it seem like as if is a thing to make Fulanis feel like as if there's something else. But then again, it's just like, it's really not that complicated, and don't take it personally. It just has to be done. Somebody says, please, they should be fast about the vacation. They have shown that they want free land. Since they can't operate ranching in this area, they can go back to wherever they came from. Enough is enough. Exactly. And again, it's like, our unity was, if you look back to the times when we were actually united, we had a common enemy, the British colonizers. And so it was like, we wanted our independence. And so it was definitely like a core value or a core ambition to achieve that we're going to get independence. So I guess that was what united us together. But we don't want a situation where we'd have a common enemy and the enemy is not the North, and then they'll make it seem like as if the South is against the North. I mean, come on now. You guys are going through a lot. In fact, you should even be on the government's neck for sending troops to the southeast and not to the northern part of the country where things are going on. It's bad. Put what you think about it in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.